Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen and my channel, and today we're going to be making a chocolate cake with chocolate fudge. Okay, so here are my ingredients. I have 2 eggs, room temperature eggs, cracked already in the bowl. I have my granulated sugar, vanilla extract, cocoa, Hershey's cocoa powder, my room temperature butter, cake flour. I have some semi-sweet chocolate. You can use that or you can use the cocoa. I just want to show you guys, both options. I have my buttermilk and vegetable oil in my bowl. Here are my dry ingredients. I went ahead and used the Hershey's cocoa in this video. So I have my cake flour, baking soda, salt, and all of that already mixed in. Okay, so we're gonna start off by creaming our butter and our sugar. For this recipe, I just used a half recipe. So if you want to make like a 3-layer 8-inch cake or 3-layer 9-inch cake, you're just gonna double the recipe. Okay, but in the description I'll put both measurements. So I do a half measurement, which is what I'm doing now, and then if you want to make a full cake, I'll put the measurements for the double, for the cake. Okay, just so you guys can have that as a reference. So once I creamed together my butter and my sugar, I went ahead and added my eggs. I like to crack my eggs before I put it in there, like in a bowl, because I don't want any eggshells in my batter. Okay. When you cream together your butter and your sugar, you just want to make sure that it's light and fluffy. So that's why I like to use my whisk first, and then later on I'll go and switch to my paddle. Okay. So now I'm going to add in my dry ingredients. What I like to do is start with my flour and end with my flour. Okay, so I'll add in a little flour at first, with my dry ingredients, and then I add a little bit of my wet ingredients, which is my buttermilk, vanilla extract, and vegetable oil. So then I'll just go back and forth. Okay. I have a lot of videos about how to cream, especially like one of my pound cake videos. I go in detail of how to cream the butter and the sugar. But basically, you're just gonna whisk that together for about 5 to 7 minutes, just to make sure that it's light and it's fluffy. And after I mixed in all of my ingredients, I did switch to my paddle just to make sure everything was incorporated. Okay. So after I mixed all my ingredients, I did add in my coffee. Now, I don't mix that in with my paddle or whisk. I go ahead and just fold it in because I do want to make sure I don't over mix the batter, because it's so quick when you baking from scratch. It's so quick to over mix, and it'll just mess up your whole cake. And then now you just done wasted ingredients. Okay, so I like to just fold in that coffee, and I put 1/4 cup of coffee in there. Okay, I did bake this loaf pan at 325 for about 40 to 45 minutes. Okay, because it's it's a pretty much of a wet batter, so you have to bake it a little longer. And while our cake is cooling off, we're gonna make our fudge icing. Okay, so I went in with 2 cups of powdered sugar, and I think I did 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Okay, and I'm gonna whisk that together. Then I took about a half a stick of butter and half a cup of evaporated milk. I'm going to put that in a bowl together, and I'm going to microwave it so I make sure it's hot, okay? Because I want to pour it over into my dry ingredients for the fudge, okay? And with this hot evaporated milk, you just want to pour a little at a time, because you want to control the texture of the fudge. Okay, just pour a little at a time. I had a previous video of how to do this fudge, but I don't really like that recipe. I like how I did it in this video right here, just having that hot evaporated milk with butter, and then pour a little at a time into the powdered sugar and cocoa powder, and it worked just fine. It was so smooth and velvety and like silky. Like, I like this method way better. Way better than the other video. I had got the recipe from somebody else, and I was like, I don't really like it, because it was like bitter, then it was too sweet, then it was bitter, then too sweet, and I just couldn't find the perfect like consistency for a fudge. And so I had to do some more digging, some more research of how to just perfect the fudge frosting. And I found a really, really great recipe on YouTube from this creator. And I was like, that just so much easier. So much easier with just the evaporated milk, butter, and pour a little at a time, over the confection and sugar in the hot cocoa. I mean the cocoa. But yeah, anyways, I just find that to be so much easier. And then the thing about fudge is that you can control it too. So if you feel like, oh, I made too little, you can always pour in more powdered sugar, pour in a little more powdered sugar, and then pour in a little bit more of the evaporated milk and butter. And then, you can make more. So you can just increase your frosting. And it came out so good. So good. I'm so proud of myself. So after I took the cake out of the loaf, I went ahead and put it on the cake board pan thingy. And I put my fudge in a piping bag so I could just easily pipe it on there. In no particular shape, form, fashion, anything. I just wanted to make sure this wasn't like super sloppy. Okay. And this fudge, it set really well. Like I said, if you wanted to make just a regular cake and you wanted to pipe like other type of piping on there, then I suggest making it a little thicker. And however, if you don't care, then you could just go with that recipe that I just did. Okay. I did this little bundt cake, this little mini bundt cake. They are so cute. Just to show you guys, because I couldn't cut the other one because that was for someone else. That was for my auntie. And so I just took some batter out of there and just made this little bundt cake so I can show you guys what it looked like in the inside. Okay. But as you can see, it is so soft and tender. Like this recipe, I love it. It's my go-to chocolate cake recipe whenever I make a chocolate cake. My red velvet cake is a little similar. It's not as much cocoa, okay, because red velvet cake is not a chocolate cake. It is a red velvet cake. It's different, so it's not as much like cocoa in it, but a lot of the stuff is similar. Okay, a lot of the ingredients. But like I said, this cake was so tender and so soft. You can see how the cake is just sticking to the fork. When I tell you, it was so, and I don't even eat chocolate cake like that. Like, I'm not a chocolate cake person. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I want a chocolate cake. I want a chocolate cake. Not me. But I do make it because some people want chocolate cake. So I had to learn how to make a chocolate cake. Okay. But yeah, and it was so good, y'all. I ate the whole thing. With the fudge. Like, I ate it all. And so for my next video, y'all, please give me some suggestions of what I should bake or make. Give me another cake I should make. Drop it in the comments. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.